Elected officials and government staff thrive. That's what we're making. It's the only organization that works exclusively in the development industry. So you just have to know how to investment invite you to become involved too.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope at your plates. Come on and get settled in. If you're wandering around, get your dessert table is back here. Well, good morning or good afternoon again. I'm Michael Paris, and I'm President and CEO of the Council for Quality Growth. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 2023 of Douglas County Address. This is a great crowd. I'm really happy to see you all. You're not outside at the park somewhere, because it's a beautiful afternoon. Senator, I'd be out there this afternoon somewhere. So enjoy this day. It's great to be here in Douglas County again, where our communities continue to thrive. The county growth is proud to partner with each of our local metro counties, including Douglas and its elected leadership here. It's because of these partnerships that we can continue to collaborate on important growth policies. And the growth you are experiencing here in the county is extraordinary. And I want to congratulate you all on the high quality growth that you have maintained. Additionally, it's our pleasure each year to collaborate with both the county's leadership and the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce present to you the 2023 State of Douglas. So these partnerships are essential in our ability to host these events. And I want to thank both of these their support in making today so successful. So a big thank you to Sarah Ray and her team at the Douglas Chamber. Sarah, thank you for everything. And to all of the Douglas County staff who have put so much into this and worked so hard to make this a great event, and your contributions to this community every day. So today, the 5th of our 8 State of the County events that we host around the region this year. We value the opportunity to bring the public sector and the business together in this way for the county commission chairmen and women across the metro region. You can see on the screen here that our next three states are coming up. Next week, a week from today, on April 26th, we have State of DeKalb. Then on May, we have State of Fulton with Chairman Rob Pitts. And then on May 24th, we have State of Henry with Chairwoman Carlotta Harrell. Gosh, don't tell her I mess it up. In these, we'll host our 18th annual meet and greet signature event. This will be held on Thursday, May 18th at Colony Square. You have been to this. I know Senator Dugan has. This is one of our favorite events to put on each year, when we're excited to see everyone from around the region all at one time. It's just great. So you'll have county commissioners, leaders from our cities, leaders from our state legislature, and key people from leaders from around the state, all in one place at one time. You got to be at this event. So we certainly are looking for sponsors, and you can register and look at the QR code on the back of your name to register. So the council has been committed to the metro community and connecting the public and private sectors for over 37 years. And this particular part of the region continues to grow and thrive and change. And we will continue to advocate for local policies and stay involved in these conversations. The conversations that ensure Douglas and its neighboring communities are prepared for the projected growth and economic development coming this way. So if you're developing, if you're working in the development industry in this region, we urge you to call on the council. And this is, if this is your first time for coming to a council event or to hearing about us, I encourage you to get involved. And before you leave, please find Terry Ward, our membership executive. She's back there. She's waving her hand. Okay. And she can go out with membership. So now we cannot serve our members at this high level without the support of leaders like Vice Chair Carthen and many other appointed officials here. So if you are one of our elected officials or appointed officials, could you please stand so we can recognize you and thank you for your work and your we always, I always like to point out that there's a really become a trend over the past few years. Fellow county chairmen and women come to support our other chair and women. So Lisa, Commission Chairman Cupid here from COP. Thank you, COP. Thank you today. And I know Chairwoman Harrell was on her way, but she couldn't make it, but we represented. Thank you for being here today. So now I would like to ask that you all stand as the Alexander High School ROTC presents the colors and George Anna Arnold performs the national.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light for the ride we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket rainbows bursting in gave proof that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Georgiana. That was wonderful. We really appreciate it. Now, please, Pastor James Harper from the First Presbyterian Church of Douglasville for our invocation.
God of grace and God of mercy, we give you thanks for just a beautiful day. We give you thanks for some warm and beautiful conversations around these tables. We recognize that we partake of as one more example of how well you provide for us. Out of people have received much, we recognize that much is expected. And so we ask that you would give a sense of gratitude in our hearts for all that we have, and to look outward, to look in the community to see how we might serve this place, serve this in the people of it, so that all would flourish. There's so many good things happening in this county, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the work they're doing, and I pray that you would continue to drive forward your grand vision of what life can be in this world. And we pray these things in Christ's name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Now, this program would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, and I'll take a minute to thank each of them. Our presenting sponsor today is Atlas. Our other is Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership. Our resource sponsor is the Metropolitan North Georgia Water Planning District and the Atlanta region. And our bronze sponsors include CDM Smith, the collaborative firm True Bank, and Turner Townsend. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, as we know, good water conservation infrastructure investment is critical to quality growth. And I would like to now welcome the Water Planning District Manager, Danny John, with an update on water here in our region.
Thank you, Michael, and good afternoon, everybody. Great to be here. In the past, folks from the Metro Water District here and talk about, droughts, water conservation, water wars, all great things. But today I want to switch it up a little bit, celebrate the great work here local. The Douglasville and Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority. It does say that right here. Sorry, Gil. It happens. At the Metro Water District, water supply resilience in the face of is something that we are thinking about almost every day, and it's exciting to be where the authority is well into a $300 million plus reservoir expansion that will secure this community water supply future for the next years. And yes, folks, that's 2073, I think. So think about your grandkids, what we're talking about here. They're also working on projects to better water supply demands in the Lithia Springs area and ultimately improve connectivity with the Cobb County Marietta Water Authority's water, adding additional system resilience in play. But it's not just about water supply. About $11 million in projects is also underway to increase wastewater capacity at the South Central and North Side plants and the Sweetwater, and that's in partnership with Cobb County. And yes, we love hearing that word partnership at ARC. It's a very positive word. Gets us really excited. And finally, let's talk about stormwater. You've seen headlines about flooding. Now you've experienced a lot of that in past decades here. Good management water just only helps protect our human life, property, and natural resources. And the intensity and frequency of storms is increasing, and we take collaborative action to improve the region's stormwater management practices and policies. We can't do things the way we always have just because it's the way we're comfortable. And on that note, the authority is currently working on 20 stormwater projects that are underway in various stages of design and construction that represent over $9 million invested in improving community stormwater infrastructure. So let's give a big shout out to the Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority for all their hard work and investment to make this county resilient and a forward-thinking place to live. Thanks, guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah Ray. I'm the president and CEO of the Douglas Chamber, and just want to welcome you all here to our annual State of the County. I'm excited to see so many families today, as well as some new faces. And we are always proud to partner with Michael and the Council for Quality Growth for this event, and I anticipate that to continue for many years. While I have the stage, I want to recognize a few of our outstanding partners here in Douglasville and Douglas County. First, I would like to recognize our Chamber Board of Directors. You're here. If you guys will please stand and yourselves. Nadia, you want to start? We'll come back to Ms. Bird. Nice. Great. Thank you all. You guys all for your support and for being here today. We're also very proud of our 2020 Cornerstone investors that join us. Our Cornerstone investors understand the importance of investing in our community in advocacy, education, and building a better Douglas County for generations. Together, new growth, inspire leadership, and advance our community. At this time, I'd like to invite our Cornerstone investors, our Chairman, Circle, and Visionary Partner. Please stand and introduce yourselves. Let's start. Yes. Great. Thank you guys all for your support, unwavering support here in Douglas County. Lastly, I would just like to take one moment to recognize Greystone Power Corporation at their table today. They additionally sponsor this luncheon every month. And I would just like to thank the Greystone team, Nadia, and everyone else that's here today for your continued and unwavering support. In closing, I want to thank each of you for your continued commitment to Douglas. It's because of you that our county continues to be the place where partnerships and businesses thrive. Again, thank you guys all for being here today and welcome. And at this time, I'd like to Yvette Jones, Douglas County's new Chief Communications Officer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for that introduction. Yes, brand new indeed. This is day 3, so bear with me. I am excited to share this space with all of you today as we celebrate the achievements of Douglas County and highlight our ongoing commitment to deliver superior service. Let's take a look.
What does it mean to deliver exceptional customer service? Douglas County Solicitor's Office to help achieve these standards, listen, empathize, and include responsibility. We deliver premium and exceptional customer service within Douglas County, with respect and compassion. To provide exceptional service, also means embracing innovation and utilizing technology to improve processes and enhance the quality of service. Last year, we did over 200 calls for service in Douglas County. How did we do that? We did that by ensuring that our technology is top notch. We deliver a safe space where they can get together and fellowship here. We deliver exercise programs so they can make their independence. Investing in employee training and development not only benefits the individual, but it also enhances the overall capabilities and effectiveness. Through commitment to continuous improvement, Douglas County can deliver the best possible services to its residents while their strong sense of community pride.
I take pride in my customer service. I'm always talking to the citizens, talking to those that come in here at the park. This is what they want, see. If they want to see a new program, we're going to try.
Join us as we continue to move Douglas County forward for premium service and work towards a brighter future for our community.
We deliver.
We deliver. We deliver. We deliver. We deliver. We deliver. We deliver.
Douglas delivers.
We delivers. I'm here to tell you it is more than a message. It is a mission guided by a vision to move us forward. It gives me great pleasure now to introduce Vice Chairman Teridia Carthen, who is one of the driving forces behind this forward movement. Vice Chairman Carthen was first elected in 2018 as District 3 Commissioner here in Douglas County. She was re-elected to serve her second term in 2022. Having lived in Douglas County for 23 years, having raised her 4 daughters, and having built a thriving business, Vice Chairman Carthen believes steadfastly that this county is indeed a county in which to live, work, and play. Vice Chairman Carthen currently serves on the Policy Council Committee, as well as the Economic Development and Transportation Committee, ACCG. She also serves as vice chair for the Subcommittee of Medicaid and Indigent Care, the Health Steering Committee of the National Association of County Commissioners. When Vice Chairman Carthen is not working on cybersecurity governance, risk, and compliance, or on behalf of the citizens of Douglas County, she serves the community through her nonprofit organization, Skills and Tech. She is a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the Links Incorporated. Join me in welcoming to the Douglas County Board of Commissioners Vice Chairman, Terenia Carthen.
Okay, y'all standing too long. This is gonna make it long. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Douglas County. Douglas delivers. I want about that as I'm reading the speech. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Douglas County Chamber, Ms. Sarah Ray, and to the entire Douglas County Chamber membership, and to Mr. Michael Parrish and his team at the Council for Quality Growth, hosting this exciting event after year in Douglas County. I also want to acknowledge my fellow Board of Commissioners. Will you please rise, Kelly Robinson and Mr. Mark Alcaraz. I serve with these two fine gentlemen, and it is an absolute pleasure. I also want to recognize Ramona Jackson Jones and Mitchell III for their contributions to Douglas County government and to this community. Let me also take a moment to thank County Administrator, Dr. David Corbin, staff, Tiffany Stewart Stanley, our County Attorney, Michael Coleman, our County Clerks, Watson, and all of the council appointed officials and the Douglas County government employees for all of their hard work and dedication. If you are of Douglas County and Douglas County every day, please stand. Wow. To all of our elected officials, Senator Dugan, State Representative Alexander, our Mayor Robinson, Mayor McDougall, Mayor Clemens, our city council members, school board chair members, clergymen, community stakeholders, and all of the amazing 47,000 citizens that call Douglas County home. Thank you. Thank you for your support of this Douglas County government. It is heartwarming so many of you in this room as we continue to work together to build a thriving and innovative community. County is unquestionably Georgia's most beautiful and progressive counties. It boasts 202 square miles of urban vitality and environment, ingrained with its arts and culture, and etched in stones with diamonds of diversity, equity, and inclusion. This achievement is the result of the intentional hard work of our citizens, churches, schools, small and large businesses, and community stakeholders at work and play in a unified manner to elevate our community. Today, I am thrilled to announce that Douglas County is not only it is resilient. Our journey has not been easy, but the mission of Douglas County government is clear: to efficiently deliver superior public service that enriches the quality of life within a thriving, safe, and healthy community in a fiscally responsible manner. We have accomplished much in the last year, but our work is not yet done. Today, I will reflect on achievements and how Doug continues to deliver. Let's start with our community investment. The Board of Commissioners has made a commitment, investments into the community to assist our residents. And in 2022, the county committed more than 485,000 youth initiatives. This includes providing funding to enhance the Douglas County Youth Commission, where Douglas High School students are given an opportunity to learn about public sector and the of civic engagement. Students were also given paid summer internships that enlightened them to the possibilities of careers and public service within the community. A great example of this investment is my very own legislative aide, Tabria Cobb. Tabria, where are you? Where are you? Thank you. Tabria started as an intern and is now in the day-to-day office, District 3. She helps me with constituency and legislative priorities, and she helps to enhance the quality of life for citizens. This is what investment in our own youth will bring us. The board also allocated $150,000 to senior citizens for home repairs and $100,000 to help reduce hunger, supporting organizations like the Pantry and Midway Resource Center with food security efforts. The county also committed over $300,000 to assist Douglas County residents who are struggling with rent, mortgage, and utilities. Housing insecurity is a visible and challenging issue, not only in Douglas County, but across the state. However, our administration is committed to providing transitional assistance to help our population recover. We have invested over $500,000 towards renovating and constructing an apartment for our unsheltered veterans, known as Veterans Village. Habitat for Humanity has also built several homes exclusively for veterans along Chicago Avenue, and the Sanctuary Village project is progressing. And that's one of the initiatives from our own judge. In 2022, the county established a community services provider to which the Board of Commissioners has awarded more than $2.3 million to community organizations like the Douglas Services Board, the Cultural Arts Council of Douglasville and Douglas County, Share House Domestic Violence Center, and the Doug Boys and Girls Club. Douglas County has also invested in our citizens by partnering with the University of West Georgia, create the Douglas County Masterclass Series, which is designed to help community members build a firm foundation for understanding financial and entrepreneurial fundamentals. And this was spearheaded by our very own Janelle Robinson. Federal, state, and local partnerships are abundant. Thanks to our state partners, Douglas County also broke ground 8,000 square foot, $3.4 million Department of Driver Services building. It's being prepped for construction as we speak. It's located on Lee Boulevard near the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and it is scheduled to open in spring of 2021. The Intergovernmental Affairs team has worked diligently with our federal partners to secure $5 million in congressional direction for the Lee Road extension. We have also secured an additional $500,000 for a community business incubator. The county is grateful for the collaboration of our state and federal. We would like to thank Congressman David Scott for his advocacy in helping to secure congressional direct spending funds right here in Douglas. Our grants management department oversees, and this is huge, y'all, $83 million in federal and state grants with only $9.6 million in matching funds. That's huge. By effectively advocating for our citizens and working with our intergovernmental partners, we are maximum sources for Douglas County. Our financial stability is strong. Our financial platform remains healthy, and we are still making progress in expanding our overall financial maturity and planning outlook. We have a solid A2 credit rating with low debt. We also maintain high current ratios, indicating our ability to pay current obligations. Since 2016, our fund balance increased from 14 million to 56 million in 2022. Now, you've heard about what we've done, but let's talk about what we're going to do. We're moving county forward. 2025, Douglas Forward will be the new way in Douglas County, but we're not waiting till then. We're starting now. In August 21, the Douglas County Commissioners approved Douglas Forward 2025, a 5-year strategic plan, which the county's administrative leadership team has been working diligently to effectively implement. Douglas Forward 2025 serves as the guiding document from the Board of Commissioners when setting their priorities on the administrative side, the county to operate in a unified manner. Now, the plan has 6 strategic prongs. This one is to transform Douglas County government. The second is public safety. Third is infrastructure. Fourth, public health. Fifth, recreation facilities and program, and lastly, economic development. As a result of Douglas Forward 2025, we are putting the infrastructure in place to ensure the success of our community for generations to come. Here are some of the most recent accomplishments that align with the county's strategic goals and priorities. We have been implementing performance indicators to achieve our objectives of continuously improving process effectiveness, being responsible stewards of county resources, and leverage technology to modernize and ensure full utilization of county facilities. Douglas County Stat Tracker live this summer, so that the county's key performance indicators can be easily accessible to our stakeholders to evaluate. We've also developed the Douglas County Leadership Academy, integral class that graduated 35 county leaders. And we also established the Douglas County Emerging Leaders Program to go to cultivate within our own organization and community. The county has enhanced its constituent services by conducting customer surveys to obtain input on the state of our facilities and current programs. We are also developing an online citizen reply system that will be available in the fall. Are y'all ready, commissioners? Another way for them to reach out. Public safety is top priority. According to our respondents for the strategic planning survey, is the number 1 priority for the citizens of Douglas County. And in 2023 budget, the Board of Commissioners dedicated $49 million to public safety. Now that is nearly 40% of the county's overall budget. These funds will be used to achieve our goals of providing time quality services and strengthen the resiliency of our critical public safety infrastructure. Sheriff Tim Pound is addressing violent and theft-related crimes within our communities by purchasing additional body cameras and placing cameras throughout Douglas County. The county's judicial system is also leading the charge with best practice programs to reduce recidivism and rehabilitate citizens to productive lives. In response to EMS department challenges, the county has purchased 4 quick response vehicles to address low-level acuity patient care needs during transport to a facility. Additionally, the Board of Commissioners has invested $900,000 to purchase 2 30-gallon tankers, one for the western side of the county and the other for the eastern corridor. Now, those tankers will provide the necessary water supply to extinguish fires in rural areas and along the I-20 corridor. Douglas County has also received nearly $10 million in FEMA grant funding with no match required to hire 6 firefighters. We were also recently awarded a SAFER grant, which will help us ensure adequate staffing, fire and emergency services. Infrastructure. The county government has been actively addressing infrastructure needs, including construction and resurfacing. I want to express my gratitude to the voters of Douglas County for approving the 2022 SPLOS. Furthermore, we exceeded expectations with the 2016 SPLOS, which amounted to $27.8 million more than we expected, providing additional resources to transportation, fire, and our parks and rec needs. With the community support, the 2022 SPLOS has been instrumental in adding public safety, transportation, parks and recs, and facilities. And in an effort to better enhance our community's infrastructure, we are currently in the process of conducting 2 comprehensive plan updates. The first of which is our 2023 Atlanta Regional Transit Link Master Plan to provide a comprehensive for the Douglas County Transit. And our next one is the comprehensive plan update that will shape and guide our community's growth and develop. Now, we all know mental health and behavioral health has been top of the list in a lot of our minds. And it has incrementally since the COVID-19. In 2017, the budget for mental health was around $120,000 per year. Today, in the current conditions and in this administration, the budget $0.2 million in the Douglas County Community Services Board. And they continue to galvanize the latest and most efficient of assisting Douglas counties with behavioral health, substance abuse, opioid addictions, and developmental disabilities. Helping y'all is the best in. So the fact that the Board of Commissioners has increased it tenfold tells you a lot about where the administration's priorities lie. Thank you, Board of Commissioners. This year, the Board of Commissioners approved between Douglas County E911 and Douglas County Community Services Board to coordinate care for persons experiencing a behavioral emergency and providing emotional support and critical incident debriefing as needed for E911. And recently, the Board of Commissioners invested $50,000 in renovating and converting a former bank into a state-of-the-art youth innovation center located in Springs. It is designed to provide holistic and practical approaches to the therapeutic practices and need to help our youth reach their behavioral and emotional health while promoting well-being. We're not done yet. Our recreational facilities and programs in Douglas County, headed up by our own Director of Parks and Rec, Barry Dukes, is top-notch. In Douglas County, we strive to be a community where citizens can participate in quality arts, sports, recreation, culturally enriching activities. We are enhancing recreational opportunities by renovating the Douglas County Senior Center seniors. The county is working diligently to enhance educational programs by constructing the Chapel Hill Innovation Library in District 3. Y'all give it up for the library. So if you don't know, I have been talking about a library 5 or 6 years that I am standing here. Able to report on that is huge, but this is just not any library, right, Dugan? This is the library that will be state of the art. It is spacious. It will address art, literacy, technology needs right here in our community. The Chapel Hill Innovation Learning Library, I call it the CHILL, will be a gathering space for individuals who lack access to essential educational resources. We are also expanding the number of parks in the county by working to complete Punkintown Park, a passive nature park where citizens will be able to hike the natural beauty of our county. And now, economic development. Under the economic development, I'm proud to say it's on the move. We see an increase in residential homes, apartments, and townhouses under construction throughout our community. We're attracting citizens who want to live, play right here in Douglas County. Our labor market remains strong with an impressive 3% unemployment rate. And although we face challenges with rising interest rates, fluctuating gas prices, and housing price growth, we are working diligently to find solutions so that working class citizens and seniors can afford housing without compromising their basic needs. Additionally, economic development pipeline has $500 million to almost $5 billion during this period. And this is underscored companies such as Lionsgate, who recently announced a $200 million investment in Douglas County. And last year alone, more than 1,000 new jobs have been created in Douglas County. On that, I'd like to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Chris Pumphrey to the stage. Chris is the president of Douglas Economic. He will provide additional insight into our economic development and the critical role he has played us from 500 million to 5 billion. Chris doesn't know this, but I coin him as a billionaire matchmaker.
All right, Chris, now that you're a billionaire matchmaker, you have to tell what does
Thank you. So wonderful job this morning telling all the great things story of our community. Elevate Douglas Economic Partnership is a newly formed public-private partnership economic development organization. We were formally organized back in January of 2021 with the idea of bridging our economic development arms. So we represent both the City of Douglasville Development Authority and the Development Authority of Douglas County. And we really wanted to provide some for that effort so that we can really look at the community as a whole instead of really trying to like cipher off different pieces of the community. And so is the main component organization, but really to help lift the organization up and really make it successful. We are partnered very closely with the Douglas County Chamber in ensuring that we're providing all the necessary services to cover the entire cycle of business in our community. So we are publicly funded through the contributions that are made by both the city and the county through the Development Authority, but we're also private through a number of you that are in this room today and a number that aren't here today. So this is our first foray into a public-private partnership for economic development. And we're really focused on the whole life cycle of business. So we're focused on the marketing and recruitment of businesses into the community, the workforce development support that's necessary to keep these businesses thrive, the engagement with our elected officials about the policies that help drive and support growth. But we're also about marketing. We're marketing and telling our story, the community that we are. And then we're looking at very key opportunities to really transform various parts of our community. And so I'm really glad to be able to lead this effort with a great team, many of which are in the room today. Wonderful board members that help support us do what we do and bring more billions into the community.
Now we know that Douglas County evolving and changing. I've been here 23 years and I have seen many iterations. And to me, it is only getting better. Talk to us about the different characteristics from the east to the west. And can you talk to us just a little about the evolution and share those keynotes of development in the area?
Sure thing. We sat down several years ago to really just talk about various corridors in the county. And for those of you that are residents of the community, you know that Thornton Road in Douglas County is vastly different than Liberty Road in Douglas County, right? Suburban Atlanta to rural West Georgia. And really looking at the opportunities that exist within those various corridors. How are those corridors developed? What are the things governments have put in place to help spur that growth? What are the gaps in those particular corridors? And how do we play a role in filling some of those? So we did start from the east. We started with what we call the Sweetwater Corridor, which is really that eastern border of the county, kind of on the eastern side of Sweetwater Creek State Park. Notice a theme around Sweetwater Creek State Park. Really, that's that Thornton Road, traditional industrial area. It's grown south of I-20 to not just industrial, but being more of the mission critical data center facilities, life sciences kind of developed in there, manufacturing in there, and supply chain logistics companies. And then we just flowed through. We looked at the tributary corridor, that's that Riverside Parkway, which I think we most recently comprehensive plan as the technology corridor, because a lot of the technology companies that are now based in that area. And then we flow to the central corridor of the county, that central node, which I could really say is that dividing line between kind of that real dense suburban metro Atlanta side to the more laid back suburban county in the core of Douglasville. And that's really Highway 92. And looking at Highway 92 from the Chattahoochee River all the way up to the Paulding County line, see everything that's included in that. The bypass that's right now kind of in place on the north side of Douglasville. It's all the efforts happening in the downtown Douglasville. The LC County put in place back in like the thousands to really transform how development takes place down Fairburn Road. And then looking at the extension, and you heard earlier the investments made into the Lee Road extension that have been provided by the federal government. That is a huge driver for growth. And we'll talk about some of those developments a little later. But that is that transitionary corridor where we really look to go from that industrial side or some opportunities for more commercial, maybe more office, more of that white collar type positions that could come into the community. Hurried way down this part of the county on Capps Ferry Road. And Capps Ferry Road is where you all know is about where Foxhall is. And we worked very closely hard to kind of move that effort. And one of the huge components of that was through partnership with the Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority, put the sewer infrastructure down in the area. And that was very important to really drive growth. So not only do we have Foxhall, but we also have preserved life under construction. And then Veterans Memorial Highway is a key corridor. So on the east side of Veterans Memorial, through the counties, we're working on the redevelopment efforts of that. And on the west side, we're working on new development opportunities.
It's awesome because it really helped. Economic development really helps our constituents, the residents here. The more development we have, it lessens the burden on the taxpayers of the residents. And it's to really, did somebody clap for lowering taxes? But it does, right? We welcome these opportunities, developments to come into our county. Now let's dive deeper into some of those key developments along those corridors that you just spoke about.
Yeah, so the Sweetwater Corridor. So years ago, we did the Sweetwater Master Plan to kind of lay out how does and business investment, how do they coexist? We had a lot of challenges in this area. A lot of residents who were complaining about the new developments that were coming up. We had a plan. How do we make it best fit? But we really, we went to Frisco, Texas several years ago, and they call that the $1 billion mile, right? And it's the $1 billion mile where it has Dallas Cowboys headquarters and some other things. I said, you know what, that's really great marketing. And then I started looking down Thornton Road, and I was like, man, this is a $15 billion mile. Because I mean, it's amazing the investments that have happened there with companies like Google, right? Google has been in Douglas since the early 2000s. They won't let me say their number, but it's very large. Switch, which is investing over $2 million in their facility that's underway over there. Companies like Stitch Fix and Sam's Club, who we just announced, Home Chef, who we just announced last. Billions of dollars of invested right here in our community, but it's a great mixture of life sciences, manufacturing, supply chain, and data centers in that corridor. And so, as I mentioned, we've then focused kind of on the tributary area of the community. And in tributary, that's a master plan development that was envisioned back late 90s, early 2000s. And that was supposed to be a walkable community, very dense type development to have corporate regional headquarters kind of mixed within. There was a plan for to happen in there. Great, but plans often change. And no one in late 90s, early 2000s predicted 2007 and 8. And that really changed the trajectory of that corridor. And so we really worked hard to figure out, all right, how do we stem some of the development that's trying to come with a different type of demand. But now tributary and that is thriving. There are some exciting things that are underway along that corridor. Microsoft is developing a major data center over there right now. And there are a number of other companies that are coming behind that over in that corridor. Now you're starting to see more density take place with the Resia development and some exciting things that are underway in the American Red Cross's blood facility. The most blood processing in North America taking place right here in Douglasville. So you'd really think about that happening in our community. As we kind of transitioned up, more public partnership taking place in downtown Douglasville. And so in downtown Douglasville, we've got the town development that is underway. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, skip that one. The trails. How could I forget the trails? Yeah, right. So the trails, this is enacted back in 2017, I believe, when we looked at where the county was going to be making investments for transportation and that is what we call extension. So right now, if you drive down Lee Road, you see the widening that's taking place. Well, the next phase of that widening is the extension of Lee Road. And what we have heard consistently is that we want more. We're kind of tired of all these trucks, we're kind of tired of going into the city to enjoy ourselves. We want more retail communities, we want better restaurants and all these various things. How can we do that, here in the community? We really had to create the opportunity. No one's knocking on our door saying, I want to do 160-acre mixed-use development. And so we said our infrastructure's coming in. We know infrastructure is really important to development. How can we get in front of that development and create something that matches what the public wants, so matches what the private sector can handle, right? We're optimistically realistic in the things that we do. So we put this property under control. It's 60 acres. Just recently mentioned, Lionsgate is moving in as one of the anchors in Great Point Studios, which is a $2 million investment that's going in project. This was a true public-private partnership. The county acquired land in this development. The Development Authority has land. The Foxfield Company holder properties. We have a hotel under contract right now. We have the residential component under contract right now. We're developing about the plan for the retail component and some other exciting things that happen in this development. But this is true public-private at its best, coming to really make something unique happen in the community and now showing everyone else what's possible. We also just so happen to be up for the real estate deal of the year tomorrow night. So y'all pray for it, get that award, and we can really bring that back to our community. And now in downtown is a true public partnership where the county and the city work together to really make this happen. So this is the old jail in downtown Douglas. So I know all of y'all have seen, you see it happening and taking place today. This is a really exciting, really will invigorate our downtown, really be a gathering place for people to come into downtown. But bringing people into downtown also means you're bringing business opportunities in the downtown. Think about all the businesses that are here and the ones that will be here in the future as a result of this public investment that's taking place. It will be completed and open this year, and then there will be some pre-development that builds up around it. And we're already having conversations with folks who are trying to figure out how can they capitalize on this opportunity and invest here in downtown Douglasville. And the next. And this, as I mentioned, our Cat's Ferry Road. So Preserve Life is on the left. This is a $400 million investment. It is a wellness that is being developed in our community. 1,400 acres right here in Douglas County that is under construction right now. A family that really believes that that we can really, achieve health and wellness through what we put in our bodies. Focusing on meditation, focusing on all those aspects right here in our, and so this is a great opportunity, a great company that is investing into our community because of the infrastructure that's been put in place. And there's Foxhall. And so Foxhall, what you see there are the villas and the clubhouse that's currently in place. In the next 60 to 90 days, they'll break ground on the expansion of the clubhouse, the building of a boutique hotel, and an additional villas. So really kind of create this energy down on the southwest part of the county, and really which is a new corridor in the Douglas County, thinking about South Parkway, direct access from the airport, opening up Southwest Douglas, West Douglas. And then lastly, where do we go in the future? We looked at, the development happened on the east side. We've looked at kind of the central corridor. Where's the next frontier? And how do we really plan that in a way? So through the county support and leadership, we've been working on a land use plan for Veterans Memorial on the west side. That's Highway 78. So think about from Douglasville all the way out to Villa Rica. And what look like? What did the city happen? How do we continue to provide economic development that helps the commissioners balance the digest? How do we find that right mix of quality development, in our digest and balance with the things that we value the most in the community? And so we've been working on the Winston area. We're wrapping that up to really kind of lay out where does the future go in Douglas County. And then here, just a snapshot of some of our brands that are here in the community. Look out for us over the months or so. That list is going to grow. We actually have a press release coming out next week. I can't tell you who it is right now, but we have one coming next. So some really exciting things in our community. We're growing a diverse community in Douglas, and that's all through the leadership of our elected officials who are really laying that groundwork. I always tell the time, everything is economic. Public safety is economic development, housing is economic development, retail is economic development, infrastructure is economic development. All things play a role in enabling us to be successful in the things that we do. And so we're really grateful to be up here and share our story with what's happening in Douglas County.
Can y'all give it up for Chris? Call him our $1 billion matchmaker. Thank you so much for joining me. So as you all can see, economic development touches every corner of Douglas County, and we could not be successful if we did not have community partners such as Elevate Douglas and other stakeholders here. We will continue to deliver superior public service despite any challenges and obstacles we might face. We will not be content until we achieve our vision of a diverse, vibrant, and sustainable community that sets the standards nationally for public service. We are at an end point. Responsibility is to determine our destiny. We will deliver the highest level of quality services and be agents in our pursuance. Let us embrace kindness, be role models for our youth, and our seniors, confident that we can build a Douglas County that is bright for everyone who lives, works, and plays and visits Douglas County. Thank you all.
Vice Chair Carlton, thank you for that great message. Chris, what great achievements. Everybody, really proud of everything you do here in Douglas County. It's a great day in Douglas County, and we appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Sarah, with the chamber, to our sponsors, and thank you all for taking your time to come and be with us this afternoon. With that, go out in the sunshine. Thank you all.